Ladies and gentlemen, this bout, 5 3-minute rounds of amateur featherweight mixed martial arts action. And it is for the LFL Amateur Featherweight Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, when this title bout begins, the man in charge, Mr. Fred Griswold. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, this man a grappler, representing Gracie United, Team Hullabaugh. Standing at 6 foot tall, weighing in at 149 pounds. From Amy, Louisiana, he is Eddie Callahan. His opponent across the cage and fighting out of the red corner, this man is a West Banger, representing the West Bank Social Club. Standing at 5'8", weighing in at 150 pounds. From Lafitte, Louisiana, he is Ironclad Chad Craig.
All right, guys, our first title fight. This one is scheduled for 5 rounds. Again, 2 good Louisiana camps going at it today. Kurt Hullabaugh, most of his guys claimed grappling, but Kurt is a phenomenal striker and a great striking coach. And all of his guys seem to like to throw hands, even more than they like to grapple. We'll see how it goes tonight. NOLA BJJ produces a lot of great athletes also.
100%. West Bank Social Club, baby. Right there on the West Bank, they train with no air condition. Gary Angelet, their head coach. I've been knowing West Bank Social Club since my inception of the world of mixed martial arts here on the Gulf Coast region. I've been knowing Ironclad Chad Craig for a while. I think I've announced Eddie Callahan a couple times. That's Team Hullabaugh versus West Bank Social Club, baby. This is going to be a good one.
Absolutely.
Well, I've been looking forward to this fight since they announced this fight. It's been, both these guys are very evenly matched. We will see.
We're seeing it right off the bat. They're getting after it right away. Not a lot of feeling out here. They're both getting right into the range, doing what they like to do. Southpaw versus Orthodox. We're in the open stance here. We got a great view of a lot of straight rights, step through. Whoa, nice counter jab. Switch back, good. So we're seeing a lot of good open body kicks and step through punches here from the switch stances.
Ironclad Chad Craig representing the West Bank Social Club. Both these guys wearing black trunks. It's going to be hard to decipher
straight
the
right.
two. Straight
that
right
one got
hands.
through the guard and right to the legs. See if he gets a takedown.
Big slam.
Beautiful takedown.
From
Clears the legs.
Ironclad.
Good head placement. Let's see if he can work his way back up here. We're going to see Eddie Callahan look to come up to his base, fight the hands, and pop back up to his feet without getting the hips covered.
Ironclad Chad Craig.
Should be able to get his hip to the fence. Nice step over, but a little bit wide. See if he can settle into the back here.
Here we
Ironclad
go.
Chad gets the back.
Could he lock it in here?
They're right next to Eddie Callahan's corner.
If I'm not mistaken, this will be his first title. I mean, I announced his first ever fights.
Arm got trapped on that step over. Let's see if he can capitalize on it. This is a very tough position for Eddie Callahan right now.
Right here in this building, I announced some of his first fights he ever had for Southern Hand Slugfest, just as a striker.
Yeah, and
look at him now fighting for a title in the very same building years later with LFL.
He's in very good position to get the choke finish here.
He is.
If he can settle his hips down. Callahan's doing a good job of walking too low, and he's leaving himself open for other things, but his arm is trapped, and he is not able to defend appropriately. We'll see if he can work his way out of this, but this is a tough spot to be early in a fight.
Shots to the neck outlawed in this state. I mean, he just got him straight to the neck, almost to the throat. I don't know if you saw that one.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's technically illegal to target the throat, but it's not something you see called often. What they really don't want is you holding somebody's head up and punching them in the windpipe.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Nobody ever does it, so it's a weird rule that we just don't see ever really utilized. But it's a good rule to have, just in case somebody does something stupid like that. Nice work on the reversal here. Good defense. Got on top now.
Wow, blocked both those shots. Incredible by Ironclad. Of course, this is West Bank versus Hullabaugh. Gracie United Team Hullabaugh versus West Bank Social Club. Those West Bank guys, man, they fight a lot in the city of New Orleans. It's rare whenever the West Bank gym expands out of the city of New Orleans and fights elsewhere. You see it right here in Biloxi, especially for LFL.
I think it's rare to not see him on a card down here, man. They're
guys, we are about to begin round number 2. Your official, Fred the Porn Star Griswold. That was his old name back in the day, a pioneer of the sport. This bout for the LFL Amateur Featherweight Championship. Both fighters wearing black trunks. Ironclad Chad Craig in the red corner and Eddie Callahan in the blue corner. Ooh, good shot.
Yeah, Ironclad Chad is finding a good home for those straight shots down the middle of the guard of Eddie Callahan. Oh, wow, that was a really nicely timed head kick. Didn't seem to impact him as much as I would have expected, but it landed clean. And I think that he knows he can land that now. He might put a little bit more behind the next one. We'll see. They're both fighting very tight in the range here and relying on their guard and head movement, and that leads for a lot of excitement. It was a great first round. If we can get 5 rounds like that, I'll be happy.
You see the West Bank Social Club, we're kind of in their corner. They normally are donned with the legendary, iconic overalls that Coach Gary Angele wears. Eddie Callahan right here with a bit of a, like a single leg, double leg takedown.
Excellent. So now we have a reversal of the roles that we saw in the first round, but excellent stand up right off the bat by Chad. Callahan right back on the legs again. Looks like he's got a head outside single. Changing the angle. You can switch that up to a double. The legs are pretty close together here. He's pushing him down on the leg. They're calling for a switch in the corner. He's kind of got a crotch rip here, but it's going to be hard to do with that head in that position.
Interesting.
Let's see if he can hit it. So he's got him off his base. See if he can turn this into something. This is what they wanted in the corner. Now he's got to switch. Now he should be able to hit that reversal, and he does. Secures the takedown, and I think he's got an arm trapped in a crucifix position here. See if he can turn that into something to finish. Landing some blows, got the arm trapped in the legs here. And now Callahan's turning back in. Corner again is calling for a switch on Chad.
Chad will do it.
Yeah. Looks like he's trying to scoot for the back. If he can cut the corner on that shoulder, he might be able to get something here. But if Callahan just follows and keeps that shoulder in, it won't work. Nice work. He did cut the corner on that shoulder. And we'll see if he can deliver some damage from here now. He's using that right arm, and he's got a great trap on the right arm of Eddie Callahan. And now he's got both arms trapped. Callahan's got to move. He's going to take some serious damage here if he doesn't move. Nice reversal here. We'll see if this can turn into anything for Chad, but it looks like Callahan's going to secure a top position now after taking a few blows in that crucifix-type position.
Legs up in the air.
Yeah, so right now it's a really careful game. He doesn't want to get caught in a triangle.
Uh-oh.
Well, we're seeing a little bit of an attempt at trapping that arm, but there's not a lot he can do with it except for stop him from hitting with that arm. But really what he's doing is tying his legs up. And that's going to stop him from being able to get up. So I don't think that's really doing anything to help Chad except survive to the end of the round.
I don't know who's on top of who right now.
So we see Eddie Callahan secured the top position out of that exchange. But he was on bottom quite a bit against the fence, taking some damage. So very difficult round to score.
Round number 2 comes. And Aaron Yoda Williams. Both guys former competitors, of course. They were part of a former organization, Gulf Coast MMA, now with LFL, Legends Fight League, running the Mississippi, South Mississippi. We are back into the action here, round number 3, the third of 5 rounds here. Ooh.
Man, exchanging head kicks here.
A little bit of
now
water
we're seeing still good stance switching. Has been working really well for Chad here. But Eddie Callahan's starting to get a little bit wiser to it and starting to get a better read on some of those straight rights that keep landing. Parry on that head kick.
Nice head kick there.
On the side kick. See if he's looking for something specific. I think that they wanted to get that takedown in the last round. I'm assuming the game plan's still the same. It seems like the top player has been winning, and the guy that tries to keep it standing is getting taken down. But they're trading head blows right now. They're looking to damage each other.
Two gazelles out there. Incredible to see.
Nice shot.
Beautiful. See if he can take him down.
They're seeing a switch from Eddie Callahan here.
Ironclad Chad Craig, a very spiritual guy.
Excellent finish.
Checked on him earlier today. He was in the middle of his prayer, his meditation. Came out to some very spiritual music. He has found his spirit.
Man, he rushed that back take a little bit. Let's see if it pays off this time. Going for the arm. This is how he ended up on bottom earlier. See if he can turn this into something. He's got that head trap pretty good. If he lock his legs up in a figure four, he's gonna have a pretty strong position to attack that arm. And it looks like he might have got it locked.
Alex Apex Martin in the corner of Chad Craig. Chad talking with Alex Martin right now. Alex Martin, no joke, no stranger to this cage.
He's got to watch this arm here. So he's got a little bit of a bite on it. They call this a Choi bar attempt here. But Eddie Callahan's got good head height right now, which is going to make it difficult to finish. What we want to see Chad do here is try to tilt his weight forward and make him put his other hand on the ground. But he's got his leg pinned, and it's not going to be easy to do. He's starting to. Okay, we'll see if he can pull this hand out and attack that arm. Whoa. Man, this could turn into something here. So we're in a crucial stage for this attack. Excellent job by Eddie Callahan circling around, and now he's got a great position to hold down his opponent and deliver some damage. We want to see some hip coverage here, but we don't want to see him jumping up too high. No. I don't know if he's got a hook in or not, but this could be a little bit risky coming up high early. He does have a hook in. Now he's got two hooks in. This is a strong position for Eddie Callahan to attack from. We haven't seen him on the back yet. So let's see how his back game is. See if we can look for this choke here. And transitions into mount and an arm triangle attempt. Wow, that was a smooth transition. This looks tight. This might be it. We'll see if Eddie's able to free himself up. He's relieving some pressure by getting his head off the mat, but this looks tight, and Eddie's coming in for the finish. Eddie's up, he's turning. Can he get that elbow free? Excellent job. Wow. Good defense by Chad here.
Tough as nails.
Very tough. That was not an easy position to work out of, and he did it. But we're seeing Eddie maintain control, and here we are into the championship rounds now.
Don't really have a whole lot going on, and LFL's bringing back the cage fights to Biloxi.
Here we go, round 4. This might be their first time going to round 4 for each guy, so this is a really good experience for both guys, and we're seeing them throw down. They've been doing this the whole fight, right in that range.
I don't think they've ever fought more than 3 rounds.
Oh, excellent slip and rip. Look at that right hook. Now we're seeing a lot of stance switching by Chad, but we're seeing Eddie Callahan stay pretty tight in that southpaw position. I think he's starting to get a little bit better read on the striking exchanges. But this fight the rounds have been decided by the superior grappler each round, and they've both had their moments. See, nice work back up to the feet. See if Eddie can drag him back down, and he does. Nice mat return. He's got the hips covered. Looks like he's digging that hook back in. He's going to look to put himself right back where he was in the last round. But Chad has that arm on the opposite side of his head, already starting to work his escape. And you don't want to get reversed. Going for the back in a MMA fight is a little bit riskier because you're not going to get points that stay on the board. And if you lose position, a lot of times you end up on bottom and lose the round. We're going right into a guillotine attempt here. Somebody's bleeding. A little blood from the nose of Chad here. Nice, excellent straight punches down the middle through the high guard here, which Eddie Callahan's been favoring most of this fight. That's been allowing Chad to shoot under the guard and hit the legs pretty clean whenever they start exchanging blows. So we'll see if he does that again. Gets the hands up in the high guard and then shoots low. Nice head kick, but again, didn't put a lot behind it. He's landed that clean a couple times too. If he puts a little bit more behind it, I think we'll see some real damage done. This is going to come down to who wants it more, it looks like. They're both grinding it out right now. Excellent body kick. Returned. What I'd like to see is them put a little bit more together. They're both kind of happy landing a couple shots and getting back out of range. It's going to be the guy who follows up that 1, 2, 3, changes angles and throws 3 more that's going to tit ahead in this round. They're both kind of happy to land 3 shots and then back off or trade. We got to see a little bit more put together. Corner Chad calling for the knee with good reason. He had good position to throw one, but settles for putting him on the fence and getting a connection on the legs again. So here we have Chad going for the takedown late in the round. And it's
Here we go. We're back to it.
round 5.
5th and final round, going the distance. Ironclad Chad Craig in the red corner.
Oh, Chad Craig got a
shots.
little bit more labored, and Eddie's looking tired too, but he's throwing a little sharper, it seems. He might have a little bit more steam.
We'll bust it open up there.
And that's going to be a big fact. Excellent level change under the headshot. See if you can hit that. Nice lift. Good use of the energy. This top position is going to be huge in this round, as it's been throughout the fight, but especially now, late in the fight, when they're both a little spent. Securing that top position is going to really be a big factor. Excellent job getting the back.
Yeah.
Let's see if Eddie can turn this into a reversal again. That did happen earlier.
Feet on the cage wall there. Look, some officials, I don't know what the deal is. Some officials will freak out. Some officials don't.
I think it's a matter of like whether they're digging their toes in and grabbing the cage with their toes.
Yeah.
So that's the part that's not allowed. Feet on the fence is okay. Now we're seeing Eddie try to scrape him off here right next to his corner. Excellent job. Secures the top position. And again, taking the back like that late in a fight when you're sweaty, it seems like a great idea, but this is how we've seen Eddie Callahan get on top a couple times now. And now he's able to deliver some damage inside the guard. And from this closed guard position, it can be difficult to stand up.
Yeah.
We've seen a few good attempts from Chad Craig on bottom, but nothing that came to fruition. We're seeing lots of strikes thrown from Eddie Callahan, getting up on the scorecards now, despite the early takedown from Chad Craig.
Chad Craig not afraid to take somebody down. He's a wrestler's wrestler.
Absolutely. He's getting his hips covered now, and we're seeing a Kimura versus Mount battle. We don't see this a whole lot, but this should be a good position for Eddie Callahan to free himself up and deliver some damage. But as you can see, with that Kimura position, it's hard for Eddie to do anything with that position, and it's allowing Chad Craig to get his hips out, which he might even be able to go into an attack. We'll see if he can use this to reverse, which would be a smart attempt. If he can get his legs free, he could pop his way back up to his feet and work a stand-up, or reverse positions if he can get his hips out a little bit further to the side. It looks like he's opting to stand up from here.
5th and final round. These guys are going to pull out the stops here.
Excellent job.
Anything goes.
Way to get flattened out. He's got to act quick. Eddie's going for the finish.
Oh, boy.
He's got to act quick. He's got to work his way back up if he wants to stay in this.
Chad needs a remedy.
Excellent. Oh, man, the ref's looking at it really closely right now, and that's going to be it.
That's it.
Excellent performance.
Unbelievable.
What a fight. 5th round stoppage for Eddie Callahan. Great fight. Title well earned.
Official Fred Griswold calling a stoppage to the action. 2 minutes, 23 seconds, round number 5. Declaring your winner by TKO and new LFL Amateur Featherweight Champion,